Okay, this video is going to be specifically for our trade partners, our subcontractors, and our vendors that we work with and that have been set up inside of Procore. So I am logged in as a subcontractor, and I can see that I am on our Green Wave project in West Bridgewater, and I am in the Submittals tool. All right, so you can just simply get that by navigating, once you log in, navigate to the project and Submittals. Now, what you're going to see is you're going to see all of our available submittals. Okay, well, you're not really concerned with that because you probably have gotten an email from us that says something similar to this, which is going to say that, something about the ball being in your court, you've been assigned a submittal, it'll have your information on it, and this actually will come from Procore. So in this case, I am an HVAC subcontractor. So you can see that all of our submittals are broken up into packages, and all of our submittals for the HVAC are in the HVAC package. So I can look here, and I owe a submittal for, I am ABC contractor, I owe a submittal for mini splits, I owe a submittal for heaters, and I owe a submittal for hangers, fasters, and boots. Now, we put these titles on there, but if you're also if you have something else that maybe we've missed or some other piece of equipment that's on your schedule that you need to provide, like for instance, these heaters on this particular job, they're not only tube heaters, they're radiant tube heaters, but there is also an electric heater that's that I need to verify whether or not I'm providing it or the electrician's providing it. Okay, so typically that'll be our HVAC contractor. But so I'm going to click on, so let's say that I have a mini split submittal. Okay, and here's our cut sheet that we've got, our spec sheet for our mini split. So in looking at this, we've got a couple of different options, so which is very common, right? So for various things that you're going to submit, there's going to be different options. Like for instance, if you were doing a clamping set for a ground, for an electrical ground, there are several different options to choose from. What we want to be sure that we're doing is we're actually circling what we're providing. Okay, so you can either do it like that. I'm in Bluebeam. You can also do this in Adobe. There's all kinds of ways you can do it. And maybe I just want to highlight. So I'm just going to highlight that one. Okay, well, that tells me that that's what I'm providing. Maybe I need to provide one of those too. Okay, if you want to do a bubble, you can do that too. However, you need to indicate what you're actually providing. There is typically a markup that's required. For example, here we have the wall-mounted cooling and heating, cooling only and heat pump. Well, we've got a couple of different model numbers here that we're dealing with. So I would actually circle whichever model number that we are planning to submit. Okay, you can see that there's an RK09/12B. And that looks like the same, RX, so very small difference. And then, but I would circle exactly what we would need. So that's a very important step. So once you do that though, once you mark it up, then all you have to do is save it. So I'm just going to save this as, let's go File, Save As. And we are just going to save this in the desktop real quick. And then let's go with Green Wave, West Bridgewater, mini split submittal. Now I will navigate back to Procore. So whether you got that from your supplier or not, make sure that it's actually highlighted on what we're actually providing. Click on Respond, Attach. So now we're going to upload that file. So you're going to navigate to wherever you had it saved. That's where I've got mine saved. Attach, next. We're going to say that this is submitted, and then maybe just type in here for approval, or if there's anything else that I want the design team to know, click preview and then click on respond. And then once you click on respond, it's going to send out an email. In this case, it's going to be to the project manager, which is myself, and then that's going to let me know that ABC contractor has turned in this submittal. So once I did that, then I would navigate back to our submittal package, and I would look, okay, I'm going to do the heaters next. So then I would look at the heaters. I would do the same thing, respond, and then upload or attach the file for the heaters. Okay, please try to put everything into one file if at all possible. We do have a way to combine them in Procore or outside of Procore, but we have to bring them back in. So it just saves us a little bit of time if you would put them in one file, one PDF, and then be sure that each one is uploaded for the different packages that we have. So please don't put the mini splits with the heaters, and don't put the heaters with the mini splits or whatever you're submitting on. Be sure you break it out as much as you possibly can based on what we have requested, okay? Just makes it a little bit easier for the design team to review it. It's not just 75 pages of paperwork. They're able to go through, review it, and hopefully in a timely manner. So if you've got any questions, certainly feel free to reach out. Thanks.